This class is basically for anyone that bought their starter kit or anyone that has had their kit but hasn't really been using it or doesn't know what to do with their oils, or maybe your oils are collecting dust, or maybe you just forgot how to use the oils in your kit. I am going to start with the basics. What are essential oils? And so we know that essential oils, they are the most powerful part of the plant. They are distilled from shrubs, from flowers, trees, roots, bushes, fruits. We have rinds, resins. They come from everywhere, and they are actually the lifeblood of the plant, much in the same way that the blood is to us in our body. The blood in our body helps us to heal, helps us to regulate body systems, and it basically helps us to keep us alive. And so that's exactly what essential oils are to the plants. And so we live in this mutualistic relationship with plants because we need the plants to live and they need us to live. And so I always say that, like, God gave us the herbs. He gave us these herbs for the service of man. And you can find in the King James versions, Psalms 104:14, it says, He causes the grass to grow for the cattle and the herb for the service of man. These plants are for us. They are to serve our bodies. And so when we use these herbs, they basically say to our bodies, like, where would you like me? Where would you like me to go? And they will go and assist the organ or the body systems that needs help. Like, isn't that amazing? I think it's just wonderful that plants and our bodies can work together. Oils have like thousands of properties. So like in humans, they provide support for every system in your body. They will provide support for your skeletal system, your muscular system, your circulatory system, your endocrine system, your hormones, your respiratory system, your immune system, like everything. You can use oils for everything. They can even support your brain health, help you have a healthy weight. You can use them for emotions. An oil in the diffuser can actually calm or soothe a child's tough day at school, and it can provide a calming effect while you've had like a stressful day at work. You can just put some oils in a diffuser and you just start diffusing. It's something so simple, and you can actually feel a positive change in your body. Also, oils can be used as an alternative to toxic cleaning chemicals in your home. So not only can you use them for your body, but you can use them to clean things. Just the way they'll clean out our bodies of impurities, you can use them to clean surfaces in your home of germs. You can literally start swapping out every single chemical cleaning toxin that you have in your home to live like a more pure lifestyle. And you can basically do this without breaking the bank. Also, there are about 300 oils on the earth, but you only need a good set. So if you got the premium starter kit, you are like in good shape because you have a good set to be able to help you start oiling and using them in your everyday use. Now remember, you do not need to be an aromatherapist to use them. In most cases, you're just going to rub it on topically on the skin. You have 3 ways that essential oils can get into your body. So the English apply it topically, they rub it on the skin. The French ingest or cook with it, and the Germans diffuse or inhale it, which can basically be the most effective because it just goes straight to the brain and it doesn't have to pass through your digestive system. So how do they enter and how long do they last? Tests have shown that oils reach the heart, the liver, and the thyroid in 3 seconds when inhaled. And they were also found in the bloodstream in 26 seconds when you just apply it topically. And expulsion of the oils, for it to like leave your system, it basically takes about 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. And so I'm going to talk about the 3 ways that you can use essential oils. We're going to start with inhalation because that's one of the first ways. And aromatically or inhalation means that you're just going to smell it. So whenever you hear someone says, oh, you can use this oil aromatically, that's smelling. Or, oh, you can use this oil by inhaling it, then yes, that would be sense of smell. So smelling essential oils can have a positive effect on our memory, on our hormones, on our emotions, on our motivations, our moods and attitudes. It basically stimulates the pathways to the brain. Let's talk about the 4 things that you can do when it comes to smelling. So one of the things you can do to inhale or to use an oil aromatically is just to open the cap. Open the cap and then smell it straight from the bottle. It's one of the simplest way to experience an oil. So if you're not sure or you don't feel confident, just open the cap and smell the oil. And that's it. And you have just experienced an essential oil. Another way to do it would be hand cupping. Okay, so you take an oil, you place it in the palm of your hand, and you rub your hands together, and then you bring it close to you like this. And you don't want to do this. You never want to do this. You never want to take an oil and touch near your eyes, because then you're going to feel the fumes of it, right? And you never want to just touch your nose, because let's say you're using Thieves, which is a hot oil, and that touches you right there, it's going to cause some irritation. And so you take it, you place it, and you just put it under. That's something that I like to do, is just put it like under my chin, don't let it touch, and you smell deep, and you can stay like this for 10, 15 minutes, however long, or just 5 minutes or 3 minutes. It doesn't matter. There's no rule to it. As long as if you start feeling better, then you've done a great job. I went out with my husband, and he was tired. He was just like, we had 11 hours out in the sun, and he just didn't have any more energy to give. And so I took some peppermint oil, and I was able to rub some on my hand and just put his nose right close to it, and boom, it woke him up. If an oil does get, let's say, on your nose, on this area which is really sensitive, or you did something like this, or after it was on your hand, you scratched your eye, and it gets in your nose, you can find relief by pouring a carrier oil. And so a carrier oil is an oil that is a fatty oil, like olive oil, coconut oil, even a vegetable, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, any carrier oil. Just rub that into your eye, and it'll get the oil out. Do not use water, okay? So if you do this, and this starts irritating or burning, I'm going to say actually burning because it's hot, right? Don't go and put water to take it off. Why? Water and oil don't mix. So if water and oil don't mix, and you go and put water in somewhere here where it's really sensitive, it's going to push it in deeper. Or maybe you accidentally touched your lip here, and now you're feeling just a hot sensation here. Don't use water. Use a carrier oil. Go to your kitchen. That's where you usually carry your coconut oil, your olive oil, and you can use that. Also, once you put oils on your hand, let's say, and you're cupping it and you're done smelling, don't wash your hands that quickly. You're going to waste it. So just maybe rub some behind your neck, rub some behind your ears, and so that'll make sure, and it's going to get absorbed within, if you wait like 5 minutes, it'll get absorbed. It's not like a coconut oil or like an olive oil that when you rub it in your hands, after about 10-15 minutes, you still see the grease in your hand. These essential oils are not like that. The reason is because the molecules of the essential oils are so tiny that when they touch your skin, it goes in deeply, like it just goes in, especially if you put it in a sensitive area like your wrists here. So anywhere here, this is sensitive, meaning that when you put an oil there, it's going to go in faster. And so another way that you can use an essential oil aromatically is with a spritzer. So you can get one of these little bottles like at Amazon, right? And you can use this to like freshen your teenagers, shoes, or maybe you have stinky shoes. You can put some oils in here to freshen it. A dog crate, you could freshen your sheets or your pillows for yourself or for your guests, that are going to come over and sleep. So you can put a carrier oil here. You grab like a 2-ounce bottle, and you add like maybe 10 drops. This is like 1 ounce. I think it's 1 ounce. Yeah, I think it's 1 ounce. Add like maybe 10 or 5 drops, and then fill the rest with water, and then put like a granule of salt so it could shake. And basically you start spraying, and you just adjust the drops. There's no written formula that it has to be this way. You add the drops according to your nose. If your nose likes to smell, then you add it a good amount. If you can't really smell it, then add more drops. If it's too strong for you, then take some out and pour more water to dilute it. Diffusing. So diffusing is another way that you can use essential oils and aromatically and inhale. And you can do this right now. You can just grab your diffuser, pop it open, fill it with water, put some drops. I would start with like maybe 2, 3 maximum. Just start very low, especially if you're not used to oiling. Just very, very, very small. 2 drops, maximum 3. Diffuse for 20 minutes, turn it off. Don't let it run all day or all night unless you're an experienced oiler. I could let mine run for 5 hours because I'm used to the smell. But if you're just starting out, and the rule of thumb is start slow and go low. All right, so let's talk about lavender. Okay, lavender is a great essential oil. I call this a skin oil because it's very good for the skin. So this is one of the ways that you can use lavender topically, is by putting a drop wherever you need it. So let's say, you burned your skin while you were cooking, you got a mosquito bite, maybe you have a scar, try lavender. Take one drop and put it on the affected area and just blend it in. Now, lavender is a very mild oil, but if, God forbid, you just feel some heat going in, like maybe it's going in too fast, add a carrier oil on top of it and mix it, and that'll slow the intensity of it going in. The skin is probably one of the largest organs in your body, and so essential oils are easily absorbed into the body through our skin. Also your feet, okay? Lavender essential oils on my kids' feet. I just rub it on the bottoms of their feet. Take one drop. I'll take one drop. Bloop, one drop. I'll go like this to activate it, and then I'll grab their feet and I'll put it on their feet, on both of their feet, just like that. Put some socks on and you're done, okay? And now they can have, especially at night before they go to sleep, it just helps them to relax and just be calm. And I do the same thing. Put it on my feet. I like to diffuse it as well at night. It just totally relaxes me. And I like to travel with this stuff. All right, so let's see. A fun fact. Let me show you a fun fact about lavender. Did you know that it takes between 170 to 250 pounds of lavender plants just to make 1 pound of lavender oil? That's how concentrated these things are. So they basically take the whole plant, they put it in a cooking chamber, and I went to the farm and I got to see how huge these cooking chambers are, and basically they just start steam distilling. And so that steam, it just starts getting nice, and we put it at a certain temperature, they start cooking it very lightly, the steam starts wetting the plant, and before you know it, there is a separation that happens between the oil and the water. Okay, and then they collect that oil and then they bottle it. It's amazing, it's beautiful. All right, let's talk about peppermint. Peppermint essential oil. And this is a great time to talk about the internal uses of essential oil. So I'm going to explain that Young Living created a line, and it's called the Vitality line. And so if you will notice, this peppermint oil has kind of like a white label around it, and then it has like the green color on there. Whereas, let's say the lavender has just a regular purple label all the way around. So most of the oils in the Vitality line will have a white, there we go, a white label with it. And so these are labeled for internal consumption. So you can actually bake with this peppermint. Put it in your brownies. If you're going to make peppermint brownies, you can put it in a lemonade. So sometimes when it's like really hot, I'll do a lemonade and I'll put one little drop of peppermint to drink, and it's just so refreshing. One of the reasons why Young Living created the Vitality line is so that we can make a distinction between essential oils that can be used topically and essential oils that you can use internally. So does that mean that maybe this lavender is dangerous and maybe we can't use it internally? No, that doesn't mean that. What it means is that back in the day, let's say this lavender had listed the 3 uses of essential oils: internal, aromatic, and topical. And so the FDA said, no, you can't do that because we're going to confuse people, because topical means that it's a cosmetic and technically we're not supposed to eat cosmetics. So they wanted a separation. So we actually sell a lavender Vitality, which is this same oil, this same bottle, labeled differently. And so by law, we say use this topically, and then if I had, which I don't have with me, but if I had the lavender Vitality, I say use this internally. But I just want you to know it's the same oil, the same oil. If I run out of lavender Vitality, I will run to this lavender because it's the same oil. The labeling, the difference is just for compliance. Now, in the United States, there is no rating systems when it comes to essential oils, and so the closest we get is a requirement by the FDA that says in order for an essential oil to be pure or therapeutic grade or clean or just 100% pure, the contents can only have some pure essential oils, and the rest could be filled with olive oil, coconut oil, hexane, maybe they used alcohol, maybe they used a synthetic filler to just make it smell better, and you can actually say that it is a clean, pure oil. So if like more than 50% of the pure essential oil is on there, you can actually write 100% pure, and there is nothing wrong with that because there's no regulation. There's not enough manpower to regulate the essential oil industry. And so Young Living, I call them the world leader in essential oils. They're the ones that even started this revolution of essential oils in the United States when no one else had any resources or any information on there. All of the oils in the world basically fall into 4 categories, and I call them level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And level 1 is authentic oils, an oil made from organically grown plants, and they're distilled at very, very, very low temperatures, because what happens when you cook something on real high? You can have all the organic vegetables you want, but if you cook it on high, it is not going to keep the properties, right? The pure properties, you're going to kill it. So first level is authentic. It's authentic. It's made from organically grown plants, and they're distilled at very, very low temperatures, and that is a 100% pure essential oil. The second level essential oils are like natural, organic, food grade. You may find those at Whole Foods, but they may be distilled with more pressure in a shorter time. They add carrier oils just so that they can make a quick buck. They contain herbicides, fertilizers. They can also be multi-species, just to make them smell better. They can distill them more than once, and they can pass oil standards, but they might have reactive metals also, from distillation chambers that were made from aluminum, and that the properties don't have the full integrity of the plant on there. The third level is perfume oils, and those are mixed with synthetic chemicals. Those basically have solvents like hexane, and they use that to gain a higher yield so that they can get more oil quickly. Those solvents can be cancerous, and so why buy an essential oil that can possibly have properties that could cause us cancer? Like, it doesn't make sense to actually want to get away from a chemical to use essential oils, and then we use an essential oil that is filled with chemicals. It makes no sense. So if you run out of your lavender essential oil, don't think that by going to Whole Foods or going to Amazon to get your oils that you're going to get a pure oils because it says it on the label, because the label doesn't mean anything. If anything, I've learned to read labels and go all the way to the back to the fine print and read things like warning, the product is hazardous or flammable or do not use internally, just things like that are just red signs, because most of us just read the front, and that's the marketing aspect of the oil. Fourth level of essential oils is synthetic oils, and that is 100% pure, synthetically created in a lab, and does not contain any pure oils at all. Level 1 is the only true pure essential oils, and we can guarantee you that Young Living is 100% pure, and that's why they are approved for consumption. You can actually cook with this, you can eat with it, you can use it to soothe your digestion, and it can help relieve any inflammation that you might have, any head tension that you might be feeling. You take a drop, go like this, put it around your temples, and if you feel any hot sensation, grab your carrier oil, we spoke about that, and then you just put it over it. It can also help increase your energy levels. You can use it to curb your appetite. Take a drop, put it in a cup of water, and drink it right before eating a meal. And it just has so many more properties. And so I'm just giving you a hint. You have to go and do the research. I'm going to give you a fun fact about peppermint essential oil. It delivers the effectiveness of 26 cups of peppermint tea. 26 cups. Like, what? Yeah, like, that's how pure this stuff is, okay? So if you think like, well, I have peppermint tea, I'll just drink my peppermint tea. Well, guess what? Just one drop of this will give you that power punch, like 26 cups of peppermint tea. It is amazing. So all you need, just by knowing that fun fact, you just need 1 drop. You don't need 3 drops. You don't need 4. You need 1 drop. And each bottle has anywhere between 70 to 90 drops in 1 bottle. So can you imagine if you just use 1 drop, this little bottle will last you 3 months easily. All right, lemon and citrus fresh. We have citrus fresh here, and we have lemon here. So these are 2 of the oils that Young Living gave us. This one is a single oil, which means that it is just lemon, and then we have a blend of citruses, and so this one has orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, mandarin, and they actually added spearmint, and this is very good in a cup of tea. So see there the white labels? You can eat these. All right, let's talk about essential oil safety real quick with these two oils. When you add an essential oil that is a citrus oil, like one of these, into a cup or you're going to drink it, always use glass, stainless steel, ceramic, but never plastic, okay? Never ever plastic. Why? Because citrus oils eat through plastics and they eat through styrofoams because they're made of petrochemicals. So I don't know if you knew where essential oils lemon came from, but it doesn't come from the pulp. A lot of people used to tell me, well, I can just squeeze my lemon juice and eat it. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that, but that has vitamin C, and lemon essential oil comes from the white rind, which is full of bioflavonoids. And if you've ever gone to the pharmacy and ever looked to buy a bottle of vitamin C, you will find that you will see it'll say vitamin C with bioflavonoid. Reason is vitamin companies know that the best way to absorb vitamin C is with bioflavonoid. So if you're ever going to drink a lemon tea and you're going to squeeze some lemon on there, or you're going to drink lemon water and you're going to squeeze some lemon on there, add the lemon essential oil because it has bioflavonoid, okay? And you're going to help absorb the vitamin C in your body so that your immune system can stay above the wellness line. It is amazing for absorbing the vitamin C that you are already taking in. You'll be happy to know that our diffusers are made of food grade plastics. So your citrus oils will never recognize them as a petrochemical and won't eat through them. If you go and look, or if you have a cheap diffuser that maybe you bought off of Amazon, maybe you got at Target, maybe you got off of CVS, and you go through the very fine print, you will see maybe a warning sign that'll say don't use citrus oils in the diffuser, or maybe it'll say don't use cinnamon in the diffuser, or don't use citronella in the diffusers, and that should make you think, like, why? Like, shouldn't we be able to use any oil in the diffuser? But no. So I have seen diffusers that come with warning labels saying do not use certain oils on those diffusers, and that's because the oil is going to eat and corrode through the diffuser. The diffuser is made of a cheap plastic particle, or a cheap plastic, that if you put the essential oil on there, the lemon oil, the citrus oils will eat through that, and then they're going to disperse it into the air. And guess who's going to smell it? We're going to smell that. So if you already have a diffuser, but you have your premium starter kit diffuser, make sure you use that one. And the one that you bought maybe at, Target, wherever you got one that's cheap, just go back to the box and read the labels and make sure that there is no warning sign, because that would be the first indication that your diffuser is probably dangerous for essential oil usage, because you're going to disperse that into the air, and you don't want to inhale that. We don't want to add more chemicals to our bodies. All right, citrus oils are photosensitive. What does that mean? If you put an essential oil on your skin that is a citrus, okay, this won't happen with any other oil, but a citrus oil, and then you go out and lay out in the sun to sunbathe, or then you go out and garden, right, in the sun, or you go out to watch a soccer game, you just slathered your body with lemon essential oil, you're going to get a sunburn. You're going to get a sunburn. These citrus oils are photosensitive, so do not put them on your skin if you're going to be out in the sun all day. If you need to use the essential oil, put it on the bottoms of your feet. Let me give you an example. Lemon essential oil helps with the formation of red blood cells and white blood cells. And I have a few testimonies in the Bottle Bliss group. If you look up lemon essential oil in the Bottle Bliss group, just look up lemon essential oil, you will hear my 3 or 4 testimonies about lemon helping with white blood cell formation, red blood cell formation when you apply it to the feet. Okay, and so white blood cells is part of the lymphatic system. You need that to increase your immune system. So if you feel like you're going to go downhill, something's going to come on, lemon essential oils to the feet, I would say about 5 to 6 drops when it comes to this oil. This is not an expensive oil. 5 to 6 drops on your feet every, 15, 20 minutes until you feel better. Okay, so that's the thing with citrus oils. All right, so let's talk about hot oils. We talked about peppermint, and another oil that I'll be talking about soon will be Thieves. And remember, we said that those oils might feel hot to the skin. So just to remind you, never use water. Never use water to wash it off. Oil and water do not mix, and that'll push the oil further deeper into you. So always use a carrier oil. All right, let's talk about Thieves. So Thieves is a blend. So Young Living has singles, okay, and we had peppermint, lemon, and lavender. These are single oils, okay? These are just plants or fruit that you can find. Thieves is a blend, and it is a blend of clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. It is a blend, and so Thieves is a hot oil, so you have to make sure to dilute. I always tell people, when you use these, dilute with a carrier oil. What's a carrier oil? Olive oil or coconut oil, especially if you're applying it to the skin. You have to dilute. If it feels hot, don't use water to wash it off. Pour a carrier oil on. I like to put these on the feet, okay, especially during flu season, during the winter months. It's safe, it's easy. Just put one drop, activate it, and I put it on my children's feet, put some socks on, and we're done. Same thing with me. Oil on the feet, one drop, rub it on both feet, socks on, and we're done. I also like to call this my Lysol, all right? If you do some research, you will find that these essential oil, it's antiseptic, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-infectious. It's like anti-everything, and it stimulates your immune system, and it is known to kill 98% of airborne bacteria. So diffuse this in the air. If someone catches a cold or a sickness, or you just think you have germs in the air, don't use Lysol. Use Thieves. Diffuse it. Okay, you can even put it in a spray bottle. Put some water, add some drops to here, shake it up, spray it on your door handles, spray it on counters, anywhere that you want to disinfect. And so I wanted to give you a fun fact about Thieves, that Young Living realized that this oil is so powerful and will clean so much and kill so much viruses and bacteria that they created a whole cleaning line with it that is non-toxic for your entire house. Clean everything with it. You could clean your bathrooms, your toilets, your counters, your kitchen sink, everything with it. And if you want a little bit more scrubbing agent, use baking soda. Take some baking soda, sprinkle it. Say you need to clean your tub, you spray it down with your Thieves cleaner, sprinkle some baking soda, grab your sponge and start scrubbing, and it'll just clean everything. And it's very safe, something that I can just give to my children with peace of mind, that they're not going to inhale fumes, right? Clorox and all that stuff. So now, did you know we're going to be doing a toxin-free class about that? We'll talk about ways to use or introduce you to the chemical-free, non-toxic products for cleaning in your house. All right, let's talk about frankincense. Frankie Frank. Want to know the secret to great skin, calm nerves, feelings of happiness, and amazing health? It's frankincense. Frankincense was valued more than gold during biblical times, and like only the wealthy people possessed it. So the wise men brought it to baby Jesus, and basically it was for its healing benefits. And frankincense, you can actually see that it is mentioned 113 times in the Bible. Young Living owns a frankincense tree farm in Oman, and that's where they basically carry out the seed to seal process, and they give us the purest single species, because right now you can go on the market and find frankincense for very, very, very cheap, and it's going to be a multi-species of frankincense, and it's not going to have the purest compounds that it needs. So we give you the singlest, purest species of the frankincense. And these little bottles cost anywhere from $30 to $32. You want to maybe use one drop with this one, not like the lemon oil where you can use 6 to 8 drops. So one drop is all you need. You can put it on your face, do a little combo with lavender and frankincense. These are great skin oils. Have a carrier oil and just do a face serum. I have a homework challenge for you. I would love for you to Google the benefits of frankincense, because the benefits are amazing, and I can't tell you exactly what it can do, but if you just one little Google search, properties of frankincense or benefits of frankincense, and you're going to find out what a true gold item that you have here, and you can see why it was valued more than gold during biblical times. So definitely do a thing on that. All right, copaiba. I like to say copaiba. Some people say copaiba. This is a great oil. It has analgesic properties, meaning that it'll like help numb areas of your body that you need. It's used to support irritation and inflammation in the body. You can even use it on a teething baby. Just take one drop, activate it like this, and just rub it on their gums. Or you could just put it around the jawline and it will help. And so one of the main constituents of copaiba is BCP, and that is known as beta-carophylline or beta-carophylline, depending on how you say it. And this copaiba has 60% BCP. Now, BCP is also found in cannabis oil, but they are not to be confused. So I'm going to give you a little bit of organic chemistry, okay? We have some receptors called CB1 and CB2. CB1 receptors affects the brain and your central nervous system, and then CB2 affects your endocrine and your immune system, all right? And so cannabis oil interacts with your CB1 receptors, which affects your brain and central nervous system, and your CB2 receptors, which affects your endocrine system and your immune system. So cannabis oil messes with this and your immune system. Copaiba only interacts with your CB2 receptors, which is just your endocrine system and your immune system. It will never mess with your brain. It will never mess with your central nervous system. Isn't that awesome? That's like amazing. So now that confusing stuff is out the way, this is why you need copaiba in your life. The BCP in copaiba only interacts with the CB2 receptors, which is, remember, endocrine and immune system, and that eliminates the stoned or the high feeling that you would get if you were to use a cannabis oil. So it will never interact with your brain or with your central nervous system. Hallelujah. You can diffuse it, you can smell it straight from the bottle, or you can apply it in areas of your skin that you might feel like some inflammation or your joints or anywhere like that, or apply a drop under your tongue. Under your tongue. It's a white label. Guess what? You could take it internally. So put a drop under your tongue. This is good for people that have like joint, maybe if they need some help with their joints, anything with joints, knees, hips, you want to use copaiba, okay, to help promote healthy, flexible, movable joints, okay? Any joint stuff. This is awesome for that. You can also use it for any areas that you may want to have like a little bit of a numbing effect to it too. So any irritation, any inflammation, you want to use copaiba for that. All right, let's talk about Stress Away. Stress Away was an essential oil that was designed for stress, tiredness. If you're like irritated, annoyed, this is something good to unwind. You can use it while you're out. It could help induce relaxation. It could reduce occasional nervous tension. And so in your kit, you got a little roller fitment that looks like this. So most of your bottles look like this, right? And so you have a roller fitment on here that there is hopefully a video, I think, in the bottom of this page that will show you how to use this roller fitment, how to take it off, how to put it on. And it's going to show you how to take this thing off so that you could put that on, okay? So you want to take advantage of that. I like to put it on Stress Away, but you could put it on any bottle that you think you may want an easy access to roll on where you don't have to use your fingers for it. So this is an amazing, amazing oil. I use it for my kids. If I got to go do some groceries and I feel like they're going to have a meltdown and they're just like cranky, but I have to get to the store, I'm rubbing this on them because I need to save the shopping trip, okay? So that's Stress Away. Let's talk about Digize. This oil, oh my goodness, I cannot stomach the smell of this oil. Okay, this oil, when I first smelled it, made me gag. It made me nauseous. I felt like I was getting nauseous with it. But this was the actual oil the very oil that I needed whenever I was in the car on a long car ride. And my husband will be driving down I-95, and I'll be sitting in the back seat, and my kids are knocked out, and I'm bored, and so I want to go on my phone. But I can't normally because I will get queasy, I will get motion sickness, I will just get all these feelings that are like not good. So before I look at my phone, I take some Digize. I take one drop, I activate it, put it behind my ears, and so put it on my wrist, behind my neck, and it will, I'm a happy backseat Facebook reader. I can actually look at my phone while my husband's driving through I-95 taking curves, and I will be fine. If I don't have this, I'm not going to be well. So Digest is a great oil for that. It is also good for anyone with tummy issues. If you got any tummy issues, you like to eat large meals, you just can't control yourself, you need Digest. Take Digest before the meal, and then 1 drop, and then 1 drop after the meal, and you should be fine. Maybe you went to a potluck and you just like pigged out and you ate some stuff and your stomach is bloated, or maybe you're just like not, you're passing gas. Take the Digest. 1 drop after the meal, just take 1 drop and it'll help. If you eat a spicy burrito at 10 o'clock at night and then you have to go to sleep and you're just like not feeling good because you can't sleep, take Digest. 1 drop, maybe in a cup of water, put 1 drop in there and chug it. Relief. You will find relief. So those are just one of the things about Digest. Remember, you can always go online and say benefits of Digest or properties of Digest, and you'll find more uses for it. Let's talk about Panaway. So Gary Young, he is the founder, was the founder of Young Living. Saying was because he passed away not too long ago, and he created this blend to bring relief to his legs because from a severe logging accident that he had way back in 1973. So with this oil, you can apply Panaway either after an exercise or to the neck or the back anytime for a soothing, just to bring some soothing or some feeling. So maybe you like work out and your muscles are like sore. You can take Panaway, put it on your muscles to help bring relief. If you need a neck rub right here because you sit on the computer all day and maybe your posture is not great, take a bottle of Panaway, and just put it on and just give that massage to like help you. Panaway used to be called Painaway, P-A-N-E, Painaway, and the FDA was like, no, you can't treat, cure, or diagnose. You gotta change the name. You can't say Painaway. And so Young Living took away the E. They dropped the E from Painaway, P-A-N-E. So now they call it Panaway. So if you have a back pan or a head pan or a neck pan or a shoulder pan, use some Panaway. All right, so Raven. Do you like to breathe? I know I do. So Raven is like for everything respiratory care, anything breathing. It's made with powerful oils like lemon, peppermint, wintergreen, eucalyptus, and Raven serum. Can you imagine like how much your nose will thank you when you diffuse this oil? This oil is great to diffuse. Put it in a diffuser at night. I would probably put 4 or 5 drops, a little bit more on this one. And don't diffuse all night. Remember, just put it on for like maybe 30 minutes while you're getting ready for bed. Let it diffuse. When you're ready to go into bed, turn it off and see how you feel. If you feel like you need it the whole night, then you can do that. But Raven is amazing for that. Your nose is going to thank you. You can also make a chest rub with Raven. So you can get some olive oil or coconut oil, put some Raven on top of it, make a rub, maybe apply some lemon on there as well, and just rub it on your chest. Put a t-shirt on, warm, and put something warm on, and just go to bed. And that'll give you some chest or cough support that you could actually have. And I think that's basically it. Oh my goodness, we got through the oils. Thank you for watching. Hopefully all this information will give you just more confidence on how to use your